How are you doing, YouTube? Welcome to another live. It's the one and only MC Rastus. Somebody asked me a question. How are you doing? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. It's the one and only MC Rastus, from Africa in Kenya. Alright, alright. Alex just jumped into the live. Alex said, "Oh my boy. How are you doing, Alex? You're good, man. Let me know if you're good. Let me know if you're good. It's a Friday night. It's a good, perfect Friday night. I hope you're all good. Alex, how you doing? Welcome to the live. Remember to like and sub. Remember to like and sub. Welcome to the live. Let me know how you all doing tonight. Let me know how you all doing tonight. me know how you're doing tonight. It's a perfect Friday night. Let me know how you're doing tonight. Welcome to the live. Let me know where you're watching me from. Let me know where you're watching me from. Masashi Imchen said, "Hey, how are you doing?" Masashi Imchen said, "Hi, how are you doing?" Welcome to the live. Today has been a great day. One of the things that I learned today actually is the best revenge is none. The best revenge is none. Today I was supposed to do some push-ups, By the end of today I was supposed to complete 1,000 push-ups. As if you've been following, yesterday I did 500. Today morning I did 300. Tonight I was supposed to do 200, but my chest is sore. That means I need some rest. Then tomorrow morning I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump into the live. We're gonna do some fishing. We're gonna do some fishing. You know. Welcome to the live. Happiness said hi. How are you doing, Happiness? Welcome to the live. You got a question for me? You got a question for me? Or are you shy? Bring it, bring it. Ask me anything. Happiness says, are you from Nigeria? Not really. Though most of the people I've interacted with, they have been using that same line, are you a Nigerian? Because I have some accent within me that is Nigerian like. I'm gonna tell you where I got that accent from. Back in the day, I used to have mentors. I studied in a Catholic school, and then one of the sisters, one of the priests who were close, they were my friends. So most of the time, those guys, they didn't understand Swahili. And I remember one of them, when he used to preach, he will write his sermons in English. And then during the time of homily, he will ask me to translate for him in Swahili. So I'll take it, the sermon that he wrote in English, and then I'll translate it for him in Swahili. And then based on that interaction, after a while, I got that accent of Nigeria. But I'm a Kenyan. I'm a full Kenyan, born and raised in Kenya. Kenya is my motherland. That was a good question, Happiness. Happiness says, okay. Happiness, let me know where you're watching me from. Let me know where you're watching me from. John Seran, welcome to the live. John Seran says, hello, how are you? I'm grateful. God is good. I began the day with the daily affirmations. I had a brilliant day. I feel good. I can't complain. Let me know how you doing, John. How are you doing? How are you doing, John? Happiness says, what do you what do you know about Nigerians who were chased away from South Africa? I'm getting that for the first time. I'm getting that for the first time. Nigerians were chased away from South Africa. Okay, I've not heard of it. Maybe you might enlighten us. Nigerians being chased away from South Africa. I've not heard of it, but the key word there is chased. I haven't heard of it. When did it happen? When were the Nigerians chased away from South Africa? South Africa back in the day, they used to have apartheid rule. Back in the day, it was very, very difficult to be a black person in South Africa. The man who brought civilization, Nelson Mandela, who was sent to prison, for beginning the apartheid. Later on, he became a president while still in prison, defending the black folks. And South Africa is one of the nations that has whites as part of them. Is one of the few nations in Africa that you'll find whites that are pure South African. Other than these Arab nations we have, like Egypt, like Morocco. So that is very interesting. Where did you get the news from, Happiness? Where did you get this news from? You know? And you know, that is a very good question because it brings the importance of having a passport. The fact that you'll be limited to one nation, it's a liability to some point. The fact that one will have one passport and you'll be limited to have dominance in one country, it's a limiting factor. I believe one should have several passports so that you have the free mobility to move wherever you want. Okay, Happiness said, I am South African. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Okay, enlighten us, Happiness. What happened? What happened to those Nigerians? What crime did they commit? What crimes did they commit in South Africa? What crimes did the Nigerians commit so that they deserve being sent away? Because it's usually a bad thing when you visit a country and then you're being sent away. Just like Tate the other day, he visited America. I don't know the exact place he went to, but he visited it. Since he has been labeled as a misogynist, so Andrew Tate was sent away by the governor. The governor deemed him unsuitable for their surroundings, so he was sent away. That is Andrew Tate. So I'm interested to know, but I'm looking it up. What made the Nigerians to be sent away from South Africa? South Africa is one of the most successful nations in terms of economy because South Africa, they mine gold, they do a lot of trade. It's one of the most successful countries in Africa that has economic boom. Also, sports wise, South Africa is far ahead of other nations. Previously, a few weeks ago, a team from South Africa was competing in the Club World Cup. Let me know if you know. Let me know if you know Mamelodi Sundowns. It's a team from South Africa. They were playing against Chelsea. So South Africa is a very developed nation. Happiness says, what? Happiness says they were drug traffickers and kidnappers. So you want to tell me drug traffickers and kidnappers, nothing happened to them? Let me guys know, is it valid for a kidnapper, drug trafficker to be chased away? I think they should face the law. They should face the law. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about it, you know? Imagine catching a kidnapper, catching a drug trafficker, and then you send them away. It's like you are opening the threat to other individuals. Because if you send them away from a particular place, they'll go and take habitat in another place and then they'll cause havoc there. I believe they should have faced the law. They should have faced the law, you know. They should have faced the law. But I believe these times have been terrific for most nations because insecurity is everywhere, you know. Insecurity is everywhere, and that means individuals need to be safe, you know. If you're a lady, make sure you work with a spray, you know, a pepper spray. You never know what can happen. If you're a dude, at least learn some fighting skills, you know. If you can, maybe you can work with a pocket knife, but at least have something that, you know, when it all goes bad, you can protect yourself, you know. You can't pray out a situation whereby a drug trafficker is coming towards you. You can't pray out a situation where a kidnapper is ruthless against you. Some things you can't just pray out. You need to exercise caution first. How do you exercise caution? Make sure you work with a pepper spray. Make sure you know some fighting skills as a man, you know. The best prevention is cure. You can't just pray it out. You need to be perspicacious. Somebody asked me an interesting question. Somebody asked me a good question. Somebody asked me a good question. You know. Somebody asked me a good question. What do you have for me? Somebody asked me a question. It could be anything. Welcome to the live. Like and sub. Ask me anything, any question, ask me a quick question. Give me something challenging. Give me something challenging. Give me something challenging. Something to think about. Give me something interesting, something challenging, something to think about. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Today I'm taking questions. Today I'm taking questions. Ask me anything. Ask me anything. Happiness says they must be arrested in their own country. I agree. I agree. Though sometimes I believe the authorities, when they realize something is bad is happening, they should act accordingly. It reminds me of something. Back in the day, children were raised by society. When an elder could pass by, let's say in the village, they find a child, even if he's not theirs, committing an offense. They'll punish the child, or they'll warn the child, hey, I'll tell this to your mama. Don't do it. Don't repeat it. I warn you. And then they go and report to their mama. So I believe what should happen is you arrest them in South Africa. And then after you arrest them in South Africa, you notify the Nigerian government, hey, we have here civilians. They have committed offenses in South Africa, but it's the best interest that you take them and put them in jail. Let them face the law. Let them face justice. Happiness says we send them back. I agree. I believe that is the best option. Let me know how many did they send back? Because that is degeneracy. Human trafficking, kidnapping. Because that reminds me of this movie, Sounds of Freedom. Let me know, guys, if you've watched Sounds of Freedom. Sound of Freedom. Let me know. Have you watched Sound of Freedom? It's a movie about kidnapping. Let me know if you've watched Sound of Freedom. It's a very interesting movie about kidnapping, about child kidnapping. I believe that is the best option. Yeah. You notify their government and then you send them back. That's the best thing to do. That was the best decision to make. I agree. I agree. I agree. Let me know, Happiness. What's the most exciting thing about South Africa, in your opinion? What is the most exciting thing about South Africa? You know, what is the most exciting thing about South Africa? Happiness. What is the most exciting thing about South Africa? What is the most exciting thing about South Africa? You know, it's one of the great nations here in Africa. What is the most exciting thing about South Africa? You know, welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Dopak says 50 pounds. 50 pounds. All right, we're back, you know. hmm Happiness says we send them back as the best. The pack says 50 pounds. I believe that is 50 pounds. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right. Happiness says we welcome other nationalities, but Nigerians make South Africans to be negative towards African nations. We welcome other nationalities, but Nigerians make South Africans to be negative towards African nations. Yeah, for sure. I don't believe it is the best show if you are welcome in a particular place and then you begin degenerate behavior such as human trafficking and kidnapping. I believe that is very degenerate. It is very bad. Just imagine you welcome a visitor in your place, you welcome visitors in your home, and then they start breaking the plates, they start breaking the chairs, you know. Next time you have a visitor, you'll be cautious enough. Or next time a visitor wants to come into your home, you'll be like, damn, are they like the other ones? Will they cause havoc in our place? So I believe that is not a good show. But I believe it's degeneracy. I don't believe it's all Nigerians. I believe it's just a few people who have loose nuts, you know. They are psychopaths, some individuals. All right. Happiness says we don't hear any complaints about Kenyans at all. You know, Kenyans, I'll say we have our own problems here. We have our own issues. We have our own issues that we're tackling. So it's very, very hard to find Kenyans causing havoc in other places, you know. And I believe Kenyans have morals. Let me know, happiness. Have you visited Kenya before? Have you visited Kenya before? Let me know, happiness. Have you visited Kenya before? Happiness. Let me know, have you visited Kenya before? Have you visited Kenya before? Let me know, happiness. Visited Kenya before? Kenya is a good country. My brother has a very long name. Pok Chupin the afternoon says, what do you think of Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan dying? Some things you don't have control of, you know. Some things like death, you don't have control of. But I believe they live their purpose. For example, Hulk Hogan, I believe he's the greatest wrestler of all time. We have no WrestleMania without Hulk Hogan. So it was their time, and may their soul rest in peace. May their soul rest in eternal peace. Pork chop in the afternoon, you seem to be a huge wrestler. Let me know, what's your favorite wrestler? Who is your favorite wrestler in this current era? Who is your favorite wrestler in this current era in the WWE? Who is your favorite wrestler in the WWE? Welcome to the live, Ask me anything. Ask me anything. What you got for me? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. What you got for me? I'm taking any question. Taking any question. I'm about to jump off. I'm about to jump off this live. Pedro is in the house. Pedro says, "Yo, how are you doing, Pedro? Welcome, my brother." Pedro is in the house. Welcome, bro. Welcome, bro. It's been a while. It's been a moment. How you doing? How are you doing, Pedro? It's been a moment. How are you doing, Pedro? Yo, yo, what's up? What's good? What's going on? Pedro says, "Good, you. I'm all right. I'm grateful to God. It's been a good day. I begin the day with the daily affirmations, and I feel good. Pedro says, "I'm too late, sir." It's all right, brother. What's going on? What's going on? I believe your family is good. I believe your family is good. Today I'm taking questions. Today I'm taking questions. Any kind of questions you got for me? Any kind of question you got for me? I'm gonna answer to the best of my ability. Pedro says my internet is too bad. It will be fine, bro. That should not be happening to you. It will be fine. It will be fine. Some things we can't control in life. But if it works, if it's allowing you to type the message, that's a good sign. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be fine. How was your day, bro? How was your day? Let me know how was your day, Pedro. Pedro says my day is pretty good. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Sometimes when someone's asked me, how is your day? You know what I tell them? I tell them I don't have bad days because in my subconscious, I know everything is within my control. Everything is in here. Everything is in the mind. So I tell them I don't have bad days. And how do I affirm that? with the daily affirmations when I wake up in the morning. How is the weather there, bro? How is the weather? Here in Africa, it's a cold Friday night. It's a cold Friday night. I'm here with my vest, but I'm feeling a little bit cold. But I feel good, you know. How is the weather in Jordan? I believe so. In Jordan, right? Let me know how is the weather there? How is the weather, bro? Pedro says the weather is too hot. Damn, man. It's too hot. All right. I believe you'll be fine. On the other side here, it's too cold. It's too cold. Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the hot or the cold? Let me know. Which one do you prefer? The hot or the cold? Mhm. Pedro says it's 30 degrees in the night and 42 degrees in the morning. Holy, damn. 30 degrees in the night and 42 in the morning. But I believe you guys are putting on light clothes, right? I believe you're putting light clothes because that's too much. It's too much. That's too much shit right there. Do you have any question for me, Pedro? Do you have any question for me? Do you have any question for me? I believe I've been here long enough. I'm about to jump off. I'm about to jump off, Pedro. Do you have any question for me, bro? Pedro says today is hot, but we went to another place in Jordan. All right, all right. I believe the place was better in terms of the weather. I believe the place was better in terms of the weather. Pedro says, nah, my keyboard. It's all right, bro. It's all right. It'll be fine. It's all right. Pedro says, what's the number on top? That is, okay, I was going through the charts and then there was a guy who typed in like 50 50 pounds. he typed in. So since I'm yet to have PayPal, I decided to indicate the number there. It's like a support number. Here we use M-Pesa, Kenyan shillings. So it's like a support number, you know. It's like a contribution to support, you know. There was a dude here in the comments. He wrote a 50 pound, you know, 50 pound. I decided let me put the number there just in case, you know. Yeah. All right. Do you have any question for me, Pedro? Do you have any question? It could be about anything, you know. Because right now it's 12:47 p.m. 12:47 p.m. here in Africa. Pedro says, "Okay, can I ask?" Yeah, for sure. Anything, bro. Any question? Any question? You know, I'm answering. Pedro says, "Sam, it's all right." Pedro says, "What's your real name?" My real name is Erastus. Erastus is my real name. MC are the abbreviations for my full name. So MC Erastus. Erastus is my name. That's my real name, Erastus. I like the question. I like the question. Pedro says, "Are you Muslim?" No. Or Christian? I am Christian. I am Christian. I am Christian. I'm a devoted Christian, you know. Pedro says, "Before I saw your lives and you said inshallah." Well, I have some Muslim friends, you know. When we pray, I learned that we said inshallah. That means God willing. Pedro says that's why I asked. It's all right, bro. That means you're paying attention. I like that. I like that, Pedro. Anything, Pedro. Before I go, I was about to jump off. You know, I was about to jump off the live. I'm a Muslim. Oh wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. I like that. You know, I learned to say the Shahada from my Muslim friend. I learned to say the Shahada from my Muslim friend. That was back, you know. I admire Muslims, the way Muslims move. I admire them. Their religion, their discipline, how they pray, the number of times they pray, their posture. I admire Muslims. I admire them. All right, Pedro, are you still there? Pedro, are you still there, my bro? Pedro, are you still there? All right, guys, thank you for tuning into the live. That was a very engaging session. Make sure you like, make sure you sub. Let's grow together. The goal is 2,000 subscribers, guys. I'm a jump off the live. Thank you all. Be good to yourself. Be true to yourself. Pedro says back. Welcome back. Although I was about to jump off the live. I was about to jump off the live, Pedro. Pedro is one of my favorite fans. I admire him. Anytime he comes on, I feel like I'm alive. Welcome back, Pedro. I was about to jump off. I was waiting for you to say goodbye. Pedro has issues with his internet, so I'm gonna wait for him before I jump off. I'll wait for him before I jump off, to wish him a good day. Wish him a good day. Pedro, is that you? I'm about to jump off. I'm about to jump off the live. I'm about to jump off the live. All right, I'm gonna jump off the live. I'm gonna jump off the live. Back. Pedro says my internet is too bad. Sorry, it's all right. I was about to jump off. Let me know if you can hear me, Pedro. Let me know if you can hear me. I was about to jump off, but I decided to wait for you, to wish you a good day tomorrow. In all your endeavors, may Allah be with you. I'm about to jump off. I'm about to jump off. Let me know, Pedro, if you can hear me. Let me know, Pedro, if you can hear me. Let me know if Pedro, you can hear me. Pedro is struggling with his internet, but I'm gonna wait for him, to wish him a good day tomorrow, man to man, before I jump off. Pedro says I can hear you. All right. I wanted to wish you a good day tomorrow before I jump off the live. I'm about to jump off this live. I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow in all your endeavors. Be successful. The time is 11:57. Yeah, even here it's 11:57. You know, I need to recharge the phone. I need to recharge the phone. I'm a call it a wrap. I'm about to jump off. You know, have a wow, Pedro. Pedro says tomorrow is my birthday. Wonderful. I will be 14. Congratulations, bro. Congratulations. Congratulations. Proud of you as you turn a year older. May you be more wiser. May you be older to blow more and more candles. You know, may you fulfill your dreams. May God enlighten you. May God give you wisdom. May God give you power. And may you walk in the light of God. Happy birthday, Pedro. Happy birthday. How many minutes? We got 3 minutes. Okay, we can wait for the 3 minutes, to wish you a happy birthday. I'm gonna wait for 2 more minutes before I jump off so that I can wish Pedro a happy birthday. All right, all right. 2 more minutes before I wish Pedro happy birthday. That's wonderful. That's incredible. Let me wait for 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Before I wish Pedro happy birthday. Two more minutes before I wish Pedro happy birthday. Then I jump off this live. We ended at a high. We ended at a high. So what are you planning for tomorrow, Pedro? Since tomorrow is your birthday. Pedro says 2 more minutes. I'm so excited. 1 more minute. I'm happy for you, bro. I'm happy for you. Birthday boy. 1 more minute. Everybody in the chat, please help me wish Pedro happy birthday. 1 more minute to his birthday, guys. Help me wish Pedro happy birthday in the chat. Comment in the chat. Wish Pedro happy birthday. I'll be turning 14. Okay, guys in the chat, help me wish Pedro happy birthday. Today is his birthday. He's turning 14. May God be with you. May you live longer to blow more candles. May you be 1 year wiser. May God give you the wisdom. May God give you the courage. May God give you the understanding to pursue this life with unmatched perspicacity and sheer indefatigability. Once again, bro, happy birthday, and happy birthday. Be true to yourself, be good to yourself, be good to good people. All right, Pedro, I'm about to jump off. I'm about to jump off this live. How you feeling? How you feeling right now? How you feeling, Pedro? Pedro says thank you. You're so kind. You're too kind. It's all right, brother. You're welcome. All right, Pedro, allow me to say goodbye. Allow me to say goodbye. I'm about to jump off the live. I hope you enjoy yourself. I hope you enjoy the day. Pedro says, I'm feeling pretty good. That's right. I like that. I like that. All right, Pedro, I'm a jump off. I'm a jump off. Goodbye. Have a good day. Have a blastful day. Take care, everybody. Pedro, goodbye. Goodbye, bro. Everyone, goodbye. Take care of yourself. Be good to yourself. Be true to yourself. Be good to good people. One of my mentors, I listen to him, Maquette Devon, has that saying, be true to yourself, be good to yourself, be good to good people. All right, guys, that's all. All right. Pedro says, I can't hear you. I'm saying that's all, that's all, that's all. Goodbye, goodbye. Pedro says he can't hear me, but I believe he can see. Okay, goodbye. Take care, everybody. Have a good day, Pedro says. You too, have a good day, bro. Have a good day. Enjoy yourself, bro. Bye bye, everybody. Take care, everybody. And I'll say,